So what are we titling these?
Life skills videos. So this is the life skills video on jobs and careers. So we'll start with how to get a job.
But I haven't had a job in like 30 years.
You've been between jobs for 30 years.
Still looking. I'm hopeful.
Yes. But let's talk about how to get a job, in case you want to get a job.
Okay, first thing you do is
look for places to work that are close to you.
First thing you do is you don't dress like I am right now.
Oh, well, that's true. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
Let's talk about where to look for work.
Okay, let's do that. But while you're doing that, I'm going to be showing them how to tie a tie.
That's a little bit distracting, but
I'll move slow.
Okay. So places to look for work, close to where you live, right? So you don't have to go very far. Somewhere that you already know somebody that works there. You have a friend that has a job there. You have an acquaintance that has a job there, or a relative. Look on Craigslist. Hiring agencies, temp agencies. Those are all good places to start. Getting to work. Cars are expensive. We'll talk about cars, but they're expensive.
I think, we talked about cars in a different video.
In a different video, but just as a recap, they require maintenance, gas, insurance, all of those. So if you can get a job close to where you are, you can walk or ride a bike. Bikes are totally underrated. Bikes are cheap.
Completely underrated.
Yeah, you
Bikes,
rarely need a vehicle.
And I've discovered with a lot of the people we've already worked with is that just, a bike's not my thing, it's not my style. Well, it's your new style.
It's your new style, because your new style is cheap.
Your new style is successful.
Right.
You're going to be happy, you're going to be secure, you're going to be less stressed by doing that. And you notice just this little quick outfit change I've had so far, just this made a huge difference.
Huge difference.
Okay.
Be willing to work.
I got one more.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
But be willing to work. No matter what kind of work it is, whether it's your thing or not, do it and do it well. In this climate, just about in any job climate, but especially right now, if you are breathing and you will show up, they will hire you. If you have a felony, that's okay. There's a lot of employers that will hire people with felonies. Basic resume, just look it up on the internet. Really, what you need is your contact information and just one page. Education, if you have some, if you have any special skills classes you've taken, you're ASE certified or you're some special certification. Where you've worked, but only if it ended well. Don't put jobs on there that you got fired from.
Well, what do you do if it's a span of a few months? I've been asked that question before.
Yeah, if you don't have any work history or it's spotty, just say you've been between jobs. And just fill out applications. Get a job. Okay, so how to dress for an interview. This is how you want to be dressed when you go to an interview. How to tie a tie.
Depending a little bit on where.
Depending on where.
Where you're working, this might be overdone. It might be just, that gray shirt is all you really need. But you see, I like to have a double hitch tie. It's symmetrical and it always looks good.
If you're a guy, learn how to tie a tie.
So watch this while I'm doing it.
If you can't master it, there's videos on YouTube.
Did you have something you want to say?
If you really can't master it, get a clip-on. But dress nice. Dress conservatively, okay? Women, cover your cleavage. Not what you want to be showing at a job interview. It's not professional, and it sends the wrong message. So dress conservatively. More conservative than you think, even. If you go there to get the application.
Right to the top of the belt line. Okay.
Right to the top of the belt line. Go to get an application. Notice how everybody that works there is dressed. That'll give you a real good idea how to dress for the interview.
Good point.
You want to talk about once you have the job, now that you're done tying your tie?
Now that I got the job.
Now that you got the job.
One of the things that you can't stress enough is confidence. When you walk in, pretend like you own the place, you've already got the job, and you love the people that you're talking to. Remember, everybody's most interesting topic is it's them.
But don't blow smoke up the interviewer's skirt.
And the less talking, usually the better. Unless they say, tell me about your past, or whatever it is. You're going to probably win that one if you get them talking about their kids and grandkids and what's going on in their life.
Relatable, but don't overdo it. So, once you have the job, how to show up and keep the job.
I mean, that's it. Show up, be eager to work, get there 10 minutes early. Don't always be cutting the clock. Just get out of that habit right now because it's not going to help you in your life. What's 10 minutes? It might be 10 or 15 minutes that you can use to get to know somebody else. Again, networking. This job may not be the one that you want for the rest of your life. It probably isn't. But there's probably people there that will help you get to that job. So what you're really doing is meeting people, getting to know them, getting them to like you.
And the boss and the supervisor will notice it if you're 10 minutes early all the time.
And if people like you, and if they're talking well about you. Doesn't that make sense?
Have a positive attitude no matter what. I don't care if you're scooping poop in trailers. You are happy to be there. Happy to have that job.
And usually if you got people talking about themselves and they know that you're more interested in them than you are yourself, it's going to be very few enemies who are really out to get you at work. Just makes sense.
If you have a hard time getting up in time to make your job, set an alarm. Set several alarms. Set your alarm across the room so you have to get out of bed to turn it off.
Don't be a slacker.
late.
Just get out of that habit right now. If you need to go to bed the night before, do it. It really comes down to the same thing we started this video series with. How much determination do you have?
Mm-hmm.
If all you can do is drag out of bed to get there 5 minutes late, that's the job you're going to be stuck with the rest of your life.
Right.
And just understand that.
Make it your goal to be the best employee there. Take fewer breaks than everybody. Have a great attitude. Do extra work without being asked to. It won't go unnoticed. If there's opportunities in the company to learn other skills, learn other jobs, take them. Mm-hmm. Always be willing. Add to yourself. Educate yourself.
The bottom line on this segment, which is over already, is how much determination do you want to put forth on this job? Remember, it's not necessarily what you're doing now. It's the people around you. It's just like Jesus said at the very start. It's always about the people. So take a little time and get to know them. You'll find out that your career just expands and flourishes.
Be the person you would want to hang around with at work.